East Lyme, and I am being interviewed.
All right. Okay, we're going to start. So the first question I'm going to ask is, describe 2 relationships that have shaped you most as an individual.
I would say my first would be my Auntie Lisa. We're only 10 years apart, so she was always the person that I went to with questions I didn't want to, ask your parent or like that. So she kind of really shaped who I am in that respect. I would say my second one would probably be my boyfriend right now, Brian Stevenson.
And is he into flying as well?
Yes, he is a pilot. I met him flying, so it's kind of nice that we have that in common.
That's awesome. What airline?
Fly for American Airlines. Yeah.
All right. Describe the happiest part of your life.
The happiest part of my life would probably be right now. The kind of flying I'm doing is international flying, so you get to spend some time in those cities and enjoy the cities and the culture and, get to know them because you have a tendency to go to them kind of often. So, yeah, I would have to say, and again, I have my daughter Montana, who makes me as happy as could be, and then flying with Brian, I have no complaints.
All right. Describe the toughest moment of your life.
The toughest moment of my life was probably about 9 years ago. I was going through a divorce. I was flying out of Boston domestic. I was going to go international at JFK. And I was moving. So I did all those 3 things in a matter of 3 months. So that was very, very challenging time. But once I got through it, my life became where I am now. And it's...
Okay. What is your outlet in life?
My outlet? Exercise. Love to run. Play volleyball. We play a lot of beach volleyball here. During the summer, I play indoor volleyball.
On your team?
It's a league, yeah. It's at Parks and Rec, but
cool.
It's all of our same friends. So Brian plays now, Montana plays, so it's fun.
Okay. What made you become a flight attendant?
I was an only child, so my mom, she had a job that traveled a lot. She traveled a lot, and so she always had travel miles. So we'd always take one vacation a year, and we'd go usually down to Mexico because I lived in California at the time. So we'd go to different places in Mexico or just Hawaii, anywhere. And I just got the bug ever since I was young. I was like, this is really, really cool stuff.
Would you say the best part of your job is traveling?
Going to different countries, seeing different people, just definitely the travel part of it. Once I get there is the fun part.
Right, yeah. What's your favorite place that you've been?
My favorite place I would have to say is Paris.
Yeah.
For many reasons. I love the city. It's a great walking city. Great food. If you're into art, great art. But I also met Brian in Paris.
Oh, really?
So yeah, we have it's a tradition there that you get a lock and you put your and you engrave it. So we have a lock on one of the fences there. So it's definitely where my heart is
what do you do when you go there? Do you go to museums and stuff?
I do sometimes if it's the weather's not great. It's always the best place to go is go see a museum. Really, we just kind of walk and just
it's beautiful.
You walk by Arc de Triomphe and the Louvre, and it's just so historical. There's just so much to see, and you stop and you have a coffee and a little cafe and a little French onion soup and another, and it's just the way they are, So I can't say there's one specific thing. I do.
Just do it all.
Yeah, we walk
a lot. Yeah.
We walk miles when we go
that's
there.
awesome.
Yeah.
What would you say the worst part of your job is?
Dealing with customers sometimes.
Yeah.
They can be very challenging, to say the least. Most of the time, they're great. But, I mean, it is a safety-related job, so you always have that in the back of your mind. You're always looking. You don't want to stereotype or whatever, but you really have to be aware of who's on your airplane. And after doing it for so long, you can kind of see just from the get-go how the flight's going to have to
Yeah.
go. And I mean, there's been times that people have gotten a little intoxicated and gotten a little mouthy, and there are other times that, you know, people just, they don't like to be confined.
Yeah.
So you have to, I try to accommodate somebody as much as, if I have it, you can have it, because that's going to make my life easier, because you're going to feel more comfortable.
Right.
You know, not all flight attendants have that perspective. You know, they're very, I'm the authority and you listen to what I say, but, you know, there's benefits to that too. So, but definitely and well, I do have to say sometimes too, you know, I'm lucky that I can fly international, but sometimes the domestic is really hard. I mean, you're doing 3 legs a day, which means you're going up and down, you're boarding, deplaning. It's very, very exhausting, and sometimes we only have like 9 hours between one flight, you know, layover. It's enough time to sleep, get ready, and, you know,
How
get
do you
back
deal
in.
with all the time differences?
That can be challenging.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Absolutely, especially the international, because our flights are all-nighters. So you leave at night, you get there in the morning,
That's crazy.
you try to just sleep like a couple hours, so you stay on their time, because you leave the next morning, so you have to go to sleep like at 11, 12 o'clock, you know, on their time, which is 6 hours later, so really it's only, you know, 5 o'clock in the, you know, in the afternoon here. But I'm pretty fortunate my body adjusts. If it's light out, I can stay up.
Yeah.
You know, once the sun starts going down, I'm like, oh, I'm getting tired now.
Understandable.
Yeah.
What has your job or your traveling taught you?
Patience, definitely. To be open to other people's cultures and ideas. You know, ours is not right or wrong. There's just other people have different ways of doing things, and it's kind of nice incorporating some of that. I mean, just an example. I know this is silly, but in Europe, they walk everywhere.
Right.
You know, here in East Lyme, don't even have a sidewalk to walk on. You know, so. You just kind of appreciate some things that are a little bit different. I mean, I know there's bigger cities like New York or whatever, but even New York has just a different feel to it. It just has a more wound up, where Europe it's very casual and calm, and, you know, people are just out because they want to be out amongst people, you know. Yeah.
Has any one thing like opened your eyes while on your job or traveling?
I don't know if it's opened my eyes, but it's made me, I mean, I guess this could be one of my worst days too. I mean, 9/11 really opened my eyes to a lot of stuff, especially my job. You know, you take a lot of things for granted, and when you realize that you can be a target for something crazy like that, it can be very scary. You become more alert, you become more conscious of what's around you. Before it's like, oh yeah, I'm here, you know. Now you're just more conscious of stuff like that, especially when I fly, or not so much in other, well, I guess in other countries I can feel.
Anything else?
If I could say anything else, I'm very, very blessed. I'm very fortunate for the life I have. I have no complaints. But it's all what you make it to. Because, I mean, there are times that can be really tough, and you don't want to, you know, tomorrow I have to get up at 4 a.m. to be at the airport by, you know, 7 to take a flight, and I'm going to go to the West Coast. So, you know, it's not all glamorous by any means, but it provides me a very good life. And I love it here in East Lyme. I mean, I cannot